see where we're at. Make sure we got this. Making sure that it's running on YouTube properly. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Got it. There we go. Welcome to all my good people of the world. After 4 attempts of starting a live broadcast and stopping one, for whatever reason the audio just did not feel like working. Now that we got it working, this is your boy here, Tank Flex, aka Floyd for Jesus. We're just gonna be here. We're gonna give out some shout outs really quick before we get this started. I just want to give a shout out to 3 YouTubers that play this game that have made my life so much easier with this game. So number 1 is going to be Granddaddy Gamer, 2 is going to be Farkit, and 3 is going to be the Overclock. I want to give you guys a shout out. You're doing amazing with the information you're releasing for this, for guides and just random things. So I've learned a lot of my stuff from trial and error, and I've learned a lot of my other stuff from watching those 3 and a few other YouTubers that I can't think of the name of right now, but I'll give a shout out to in the future videos. I just want to thank you guys for, you know, all the tutorials and everything here. So without further ado, there is something I wanted to explain in this right off the bat, a couple things that'll just make things so much simpler for all you people that are looking for a guide for Stranded Deep, or that like are stuck on things and need some help. Well, I'm going to explain some things to you. So for starters, another video I watched, I can't remember whose it was, I believe it was Granddaddy Gamer. He was talking about how when you have a meat smoker, there's no point in cooking large meats, because it's just there's no point in large meat. It just doesn't make sense, because it's not worth it by the time how long it takes to cook it, is what he was explaining. One thing I noticed is without a meat smoker, just a single campfire, if you put large meat on it, which is usually from a shark. I don't have a shark. I actually just cut it up like 2 broadcasts ago. Then I realized the audio wasn't working, so and I saved it, and I lost some progress here and some things to show. But needless to say, you get some large meat by cutting up a shark. Find yourself a shark, kill it, cut it up, you get some rawhide, you get some large meat. So if you put some large meat on a single campfire, I cannot remember if it was either right away, it had like shortly after I put it on it happened because it just took too long to cook, or if I went to go explore an island I was on and I came back after being AFK for a few minutes. But all I remember is I came back to the campfire after large meat was put on. Like, it was literally within, I think, 20, I don't know, could have been 30 minutes, could have been 20, I don't know. It was still on the campfire, and it was spoiled. So I'm pretty sure large meat spoils before you can even finish cooking it if you just throw it on the campfire. Now, something I tested earlier that's extremely dope is when you look here, and I mean, hobo stove and meat smoker, they take materials to, like, you know, make up. You gotta get your lashing, your little rock pit, fire pit thing, you got your cloth. I mean, not really that big of a deal when you got your island looking like this, or like some of the other great YouTubers that do guides for this game. But one thing I found interesting is I got 6 campfires here, right? I put all 6 of them together, and then what I did is I lit all 6 of them. So when you get some small meat from fish, crab, whatever, you put it on a single campfire. You can attach one thing to a campfire. Well, guess what? You only got to light one. Let's say there's, like I said, there's 6 here. Let's say you just light one of them. You can attach 6 pieces of small meat, or 6 pieces of meat in general, 1 to each one of these campfires. And you only need 1 campfire lit. 1 campfire will cook 6 pieces of meat, 1 piece of meat attached to each one, and it will be done instantly. Literally, I lit all, and I mean, not instantly, my bad, and it'll be done like within about 30 seconds to a minute. Now, if you light all 6 of these campfires, and you put on 6 pieces of meat, 1 each campfire, it's going to be done in about 3 seconds. It's going to ding. It's crazy. So, I tested this earlier, when I still had my shark here, in the last broadcast I attempted, before I realized I was having audio issues. I cut up the shark, I took the large meat, I put 3 of them on here. I had all 6 of these campfires lit, I put 3 on here, and boom, they all cooked within 20 seconds, 3 pieces of large meat. So, debating on, you know, where your hunger levels are, you're on your home island, you're on your, you know, exploration routes on your islands that aren't your home island, and what you got for resources, that's something to keep in mind. The more campfires you pile, you only need to light 1, but you can slot 1 piece of meat each campfire, basically. So, the whole point, in my opinion, the whole point of a meat smoker, I haven't used a Hobo stove yet, I haven't built one, because I don't have a barrel. I have them on another island, I need to get them to this one. But the whole point, in my opinion, of a meat smoker is to be able to cook multiple things in one go. Well, you can do that with 6 campfires. You cook 6 pieces of meat in one go. If you want to fire it up even more, light all 6 of them, boom, cook meat instantaneously. It's great. I don't have a burst snare yet. Get in there. Haven't done that. Now, just to show you guys specifically how this works. What do I have? Okay. I mean, and as you see, something also is when you refuel the campfires, you can use yucca leaves. So fibrous leaves from the yucca plants, or you use palm fronds. I mean, palm fronds are used for other things, I guess, right? I think, I can't remember, but it's whatever you feel like wasting. Keep in mind, palm fronds, once you clear an island, they don't really come back. Yucca leaves do. As you see over here, I got 3 yucca plants that just naturally grow on this island. 1 right there, 1 right there, and the 3rd one's right there. And then I picked up the yucca fruit, which is all these right here. So I could plant these if I wanted to over in my garden area, and I could get a lot of yucca leaves once they're fully planted. But you basically want to pick and choose whichever one, fibrous leaves or palm fronds, to refuel this thing. So just for craps and giggles, which one was it? I thought one of these was, that one's kind of low. Alright, we're gonna show everyone something. Not that I really need to do this. It's gonna totally be a waste, but oh well. It's all for the sake of everybody around the world that needs help. And another thing to everybody who watches this, I know there'll be times where I'll be talking and it'll seem like really random, or like I'll jump from one conversation to the next. I do apologize. I have ADHD and I'm bipolar, so my mind processes things like a million words per minute. I also clear my throat a lot. It's just a tick I have, so don't sorry if that bothers you or grosses anybody out. Don't need to. Can't help it. But alright, so now we got 6 pieces of meat. Alright, let's get them on the campfires. 1, 2. You have to individually just like kind of pick each campfire. It does take a minute to do this, but it's totally worth it, I assure you. There, 6. Now go grab one of these kindlings, and then this is the part I hate. I'm really bad at this. Oh well, that time wasn't too bad. Alright, so that's it. All you gotta do, 6 campfires. 1 piece of meat attached to each campfire, light 1 campfire. This 1 campfire will cook all these pieces of meat. It's gonna be a couple minutes, like a minute, 2 minutes, something like that. Now, you wanna make it quick. Watch this. I don't know, different remote. Let's just trigger faster. Oh, I need to cool down. That's great. See? They're dinging. Now, one thing, I only lit 5 of them, I believe. One thing I'm not too sure on is, as you hear, they're digging. But one thing I'm not too sure on here is if being near a campfire during the day speeds up the depletion of your SPF, because that would be really, really interesting to know. And so while we're cooling off, I'm bad at fishing. Clearly. Oh, he ended up back. There we go. Alright. So, you know, kill 2 birds here with 1 stone. While cooling off, catch the fish. Since we need to redo our supply anyways. Crab. I don't like crabs. They're annoying. Oh, avoid those. They're poisonous. I'm going to explain about poisonous things here in a few. Oh, this thing. No rubidium. Perfect. Now, the one I just showed you, this purple starfish with spikes right here. Yeah, step on it, get poisoned. You gotta kind of antidote yourself for that one. I'm not sure about this one. I'm not gonna try it. Don't feel like wasting an antidote. It's purple, so I'm staying away from it, basically. Anything that's purple in the sea, stay away from. Anything that's a snake-like looking thing, stay away from. That's when it's poison. I mean, there's ways to kill them, but, you know, stay away from it. Now, just to retest this again for you guys that are going to be watching. Alright, that is not what I want to do. I don't like how you have to really hold the square button to do anything. It's very annoying. I think that's the one complaint I have. Alright, so eat all the meat. Alright, pick this up. Since I extinguished the campfire. Oh, something I'm curious of, feel free to put in the comment section. For any game that anybody plays where they have to repeatedly hit the triggers like this, you change your facial expression while doing it. Like, I have this thing, my friends call it the concentration stare. Like, my whole, like, face changes to look, like, really weird. And they make fun of me for it because, like, I'm concentrating on triggers happening. So, anyways, but yeah. So why those 6 are lit here. Let's do this again.
Gross.
So we can properly see. And I mean, in a campfire this big, it lights up the island pretty nicely. But hold on. I mean, fish is one of the easiest things to get. I mean, I don't know about birds. Like I said, don't have a bird snare. Haven't made one yet. I should have probably got everything I need to make one. Just seems like a lot of work right now. Got other things I'm doing.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Alright, look how big this thing is when you got 6 of them together. I mean, it's dope. So, attach. Try not to extinguish. Attach. Attach, there's 6 of them. Now, watch how quickly these things are going to cook. So, done. And done. 5 done. Yup, and 6 done. One. There it is. See? 6 campfires, man. Like, you can waste, you know, the... No. There we go. Alright, so like I said, there's no need for this. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Stop it. No point in holding on to this thing, so we'll eat it. Alright. There's no point in having all of them lit unless you're trying to super quick cook your meat. Like if your hunger levels are really low and you're trying to super quick cook it, or like I said, you got large meat from a shark or an animal or something and you want to cook it within about 20 seconds, do this. Very convenient. Works out really well. But yeah. So next order of business I was gonna say is there's this little saying I like, and I call it risk for reward. It is going to be, the example for this is going to pertain to sharks in here. So, sharks die pretty easily. I don't like fighting them. I don't like really going out of my way to fight things that will potentially kill me, unless I really need to for whatever reason. But, so, when you look in here, let's do some math. So, when you break down a tree, it gives you like 2-3 tree trunks. One tree trunk is going to give you like 4 pieces of wood. So, it takes 1 piece of wood to create 1 crude spear. Now, when you kill a shark, usually it takes 8 crude spears guaranteed hit when you throw it, and then like hit L trigger to aim, and then R trigger to throw. 8 crude spears. Or you can blow, I believe it's 8 crude spears. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but or you can blow 4 refined spears, I think, to kill it. Or it's either 8 crude spears or 16 crude spears, and then the refined spears are cut in half from the crude. So it's either 4 crude spears or 4 refined spears or 8 refined spears. But see, refined spears require you to use a crude spear, a stone tool, and a piece of leather. Now, leather you get from rawhide. You only get like 1 or 2 rawhide from a shark. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 from some giant boars. So, I mean, it's not worth it. And then stones, I don't know about everybody else, but stones to me are they're like delicacies. You get only 6 to 10 of the things per island. So, I mean, you really got to pick and choose what you plan on crafting here and how you plan on doing it. So, it's not worth it, per se. Let's say, whatever it is, it's 8 crude spears and 4 refined spears to kill a shark. Okay, well, let's say you hit it with 8 crude spears. You kill the shark, right? So now, when you go to take the spears out of its body, you might get all 8 of them back. Realistically, you'll probably get somewhere between 4 and 7 back. So, but now when you shoot it with 4 refined spears, let's say you kill it, you'll be lucky to get 1 of those refined spears back. So, did you risk your materials properly, creating a refined spear, and using it, you know, stone tool, leather, etc., compared to just using a stick to make a crude spear? It's not worth the reward of killing a shark with refined spears is not worth it. It's the same when you use a spear gun. I have a spear gun. I haven't crafted the spears yet to use it. I'm pretty sure the only thing I would use the spear gun for at this point is, depending on the plethora of resources I get to utilize it with. It's probably like, I guess, what is it, the Meg? And then, like, there's a giant eel in here or something, like a huge boss eel or something. I don't know, something from what I've seen in videos. That's about it. And usually when you go shark hunting, your inventory, let's add this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 9 inventory spaces. One chest here holds 3 spaces, as you see. So, you know, if you put all 9 slots of the chest, that's 3 spaces of chest times 9 slots of your inventory. 3 times 9 is 9, 18, 27. That's 27 inventory spaces you got if you have 9 wood crates in one in each slot. 27 inventory spaces you just expand to. Realistically, you can do that if you're like hoarding and robbing resources from island to island. But what I like to do is use bottom 1, 2, and then the other 2 spaces to the left. Get crude spears when we're shark hunting. They stack into 4s. So that's 4 spaces, 4 crude spears a space, 4, 8, 12, 16. And then these top 1, 2, 3, and then the 2 over 5 fill with chests, fill with crude spears. That's enough to kill anywhere between 2 and 5 sharks, depending on how good you are with your aiming. 2 and 4, 2 and 5, somewhere around there. So, and that is the most convenient way, in my opinion, to kill a shark, because all you're doing is blowing some wood to, like, you know, get some leather, rawhide, whatever, meats. Blowing wood to get meat. Cluck. Okay, but needless to say, most people also, so you start off with the orange raft, and then you eventually upgrade to a raft that's like this, 2x, and then 3x, and then, you know, this thing that's totally incomplete and not done. I kind of build this as I go, so, I mean, it's very unleveled, but it works. I got 2 sails facing one way, 2 sails facing the other way, and 1 sail facing the sides. I can take this thing in any direction. I mean, when I do the side sails, I can still kind of use the rudder and everything. I've also got an anchor and a rudder on both ends. So there's one of each right there, and then here's one of each too. This way I can direct this from any way, and as you see, I put the sails out for these 2 that way, and the 2 at that rudder, and everything the opposite way. I mean, I can have these sails here down, and use the rudder down there to steer it. It's just the controls for steering are inversed at that point, because, like, you know, you go right, to go right, you go left on the analog stick. To go left, you go right on the analog stick. Here, it's just whatever, normal, or however you got it set up for your controls. But yeah, so if you steer it from here, and you got these sails down to go that way, you steer it from here, you go left to go left, you move it right to go right, and down there it's right to go left and left to go right. It's pretty interesting. And I have all of this within reach, so anchor, rudder, sails, so I can direct and control this thing. However, now I have not used the engine yet. I don't have an oil still thing to create the oil I need for the engine. I'll eventually get to that. I'm considering putting a rudder and an anchor in here too, and then also in this one if I can fit it here with the engine. I don't know. The whole point of this thing here, I want to make a barge, realistically speaking. So one thing I had considered was taking, and I'm still considering this, you take over to here to vehicles. So I've seen some videos on YouTube of people that use wood raft bases to connect one island to the other, and the wood raft bases don't move much. They still move, so I mean, and if a shark hits them, they get toppled because they're single piece. A shark will flip over anything that is one like square, henceforth that raft. And I think I learned this one from I think it was Granddaddy Gamer. Might have been Farkit. I'm not sure by watching one of their videos. And it's kind of funny. I was using that orange raft to go to all the islands and back. Never once got flipped over by a shark. The moment I watched that video by one of them, whoever it was that released it, got flipped over by a shark. And I've been flipped over by like 30 until, not really, realistically like 7 or 8, until I built this raft. If it's anything that's 2 squares, it won't get flipped over. So now, the bridging from island to island, okay, yeah, it's an interesting idea to use, you know, wooden raft bases as a bridge from like your starter island per se, for me to do it here all the way to there. I would not do it that way. What you do, use wood raft bases, 2 squares right next to each other, starting wherever on this island. And then, I mean, like I said, this is a lot of resources, so this is totally optional. At some point, I will do this, though. At least to the first, like, 5 or 6 islands here I could see around my starter. So, wood raft bases, 2 wide. And then, you know, put your wood raft floor on top of the bases. And then, go over and get yourself an anchor. And what you do is, it's going to be a little tricky, because like some of these, like you're basically going to do 2 by from, let's say, this island all the way to that island, and then like every other block. So let's say that there's 2 rafts, 2 by right here raft connected to this one that's like 2 by. So this one you would do 3 right here. You would do 3 of the wood raft base and 3 of the wood raft floors. So that way on the 3rd one, since this one's only 2 wide, this one's 3 wide, on the 3rd one you could place an anchor in the back and drop it. And every other, from the 1st one to the 3rd one to the 5th one, is going to be 2 by. The 2nd, the 4th, and the 5th, and the 6th is going to be 3 by. You're going to put an anchor on each one, so it stays in place. And you can do that from island to island. And then boom, you have a wooden raft that's 2 by, then 3 by, then 2 by, then 3 by, and alternating with anchors. And it's a giant raft that'll just stay in place, and you can use it as a bridge to go from island to island. And so, for example, I could connect one from this starter island to that island, and then from this starter island to that island, from the starter island to that island, starter island to that island, starter island to that island, all the way around. And then, so I can take a bridge from any part of my starter island to go to these other islands I see. And then I could connect a wood raft base from all the exterior islands. So from that island to that island, that island to that island, that island to the island over there, that island to the island over there, that island. So basically, you got bridges going from the starter island to all these islands, and one giant round circle bridge going to all these like other islands, if you were to look at it from the sky viewpoint. Pretty nifty, huh? But I'm eventually going to get to that. Right now, what I'm doing with this thing is I want to turn this thing into a barge. A giant barge. Like, you know, in real life, where you look at the ocean and you see, like, a huge barge with shipping containers. Yep, want to do that with this. Want to make this thing by, like, I have no idea. I don't think there's a limit to how big you can make boats. So, make it, like, 200 by 100. 200 length, 100 width, 500 length, 250 length, I don't know, with something like that. Just park in the middle, get a smaller raft that'll transverse to and from, and then the hard part with this one is if I make it a barge, it's going to have all the shipping containers and stuff on it I need. And then I'm going to have to put a lot of sails around it if I want it to move efficiently from whatever spot I dock it at. But then I'll have a docking bay on it for a smaller raft that I can drop anchor and get up on it. But basically, it'll be like a giant barge that I can use. Now, I don't know if you can put like a hobo oven and like the furnace and all that other stuff on a raft. Haven't tested it yet. I don't know if there's a way, or there's a way to glitch that. Not sure. I'll figure it out. And then, that's my plan. Realistically, what I would like to do is get a bridge from the starter island to each one of these other islands, and then get a giant bridge connecting around them, and then this barge, I want to kind of somehow diagonal it at a circle around my starter island, connecting to the wood raft bridges. Not sure. So basically, anytime you go over a bridge, you can kind of jump onto the barge and like get stuff in the chests. and whatnot. And then I'd put like these little hammock raft canopies all over the entire bridge. Since the bridge is made out of wood rafts, it's a wood raft 2x3 by alternating. Put this raft canopy over it so it's shaded all the way along. Pretty genius, isn't it? I know. Now, as far as resources go, or well, things, if you're like me and you want to be smart, emergency crate, antidote, rations, baked beans. Beans aren't needed, I'm just keeping them in there. Infinite axe crate. It is called this for a reason. All you need is wood, wood hammer, and a lashing. You come right here, plank station. So you need wood, 4 pieces of wood, wood hammer, 1 lashing, 1 tree trunk, and a refined axe. So let's say the durability on your refined axe is at 5%, 3%, 10%, 20%, whatever. You don't want to have to make another one. Well, guess what? Oh, when you go to an island, you can chop down a tree for a tree trunk. You can also chop it down for 4 pieces of wood. I like to just be safe and have them right here. So let's say you're on that island, your durability of your refined axe is like 20%. You go there, create yourself a plank station, because you're gonna need to for this to work efficiently. And once you create your plank station, what is right there that it uses the first item? I can't. Oh wait, there it goes. Yep. So refined axe. So the refined axe has 20%. Use that to create this with all other materials. Then use your stone tool or your knife or whatever. Break it down, and boom. Your axe, you take it back, refined axe, take it back, you got 100% durability on the thing. It is at 20% before, so it's a great way for regenerating your durability on your axes. And yeah, it's pretty dope. I like it personally. But that's why I use the label maker to change the name of that chest to what it is. Infinite axe crate, because it helps produce 1 axe for infinite durability, etc. I don't know, name probably better. But you got this one right here, tool crate, refined pickaxe, this hammer, got like 2 more of these on island. Label maker doesn't need to be in here, I just chose to put it in there. And then spear crate for when I kill sharks. I have backup spears here if I don't take anyway, I don't take enough. And then weapon crate, spear gun, compass, refined spear. Compass is useless. In my opinion, it's the most useless item in this game. I'll explain why here in a minute. Gasoline crate. Got the jerry can. Got the air tank for when I'm diving underwater. Need to explore and get some stuff. Now, the reason why the compass to me is useless. Check this out. People will use a compass to figure out how to go, like, get back to their starter island, etc., etc. Yeah, that's a stupid identification marker. Just don't do it. Just put a shelter down at an island. It's that simple. The reason why is, let's say, here, I'm on my starter island. I want to go to that island over there. So, let's say I take my boat straight from, like, my dock here to that island. When I'm operating the rudder, I look back to make sure that my starter island's in my sights, and the shaw, wherever I land at on that island, I put a shelter down with the back of it facing my starter island right here. It's easier to see it if, let's say I go to the island, I got binoculars, I can use my binoculars to see from there to here. But if you put a shelter down with the back of it facing here, now, why don't y'all tell me what this looks like? This looks like an arrow to me. So, if you put the shelter down on that island with the back of it facing this island, you have an arrow marking your way back to your starter island. Now, let's say I do that on that island, that island, that island, that island, all the islands around this island. I put an arrow, a shelter, down with the back of it facing my starter island. No matter which one of those islands I'm on, I'm going to know exactly how to get back to my home island. But let's say I branch out past those islands to the 3rd layer of islands. So you got 2 options. You can also do this trick, put a shelter down where the back of it will be facing the direction of your starter island. Or, let's say I go to that island right there, and then I go to the island that's behind that island. Realistically, what I would do is put a shelter down to point me towards that island. So that way, when I go take my raft in the direction of the island behind that one, in the direction that the shelter back point arrow is pointing to that island. I can dock it at that island, get on there, look where my shelter is, and then I can use that to pinpoint which way I'm supposed to go. So let's say I do that. There's 5 islands behind this one. All I got to do is just put a shelter down at each one, pointing at the previous island until I find my way back here. Same thing with the rest of these. I mean, pretty crafty, isn't it? Oh, and if I got this correct, by the way, when your thirst levels, your water levels drop, your food levels will start to drop. Once they start to drop more, it'll affect your health. When your health hits 0, you're screwed, etc., etc. So I used to have like 1 or 2 water souls right there. Broke them down, put them over here. I had 4 little garden patches here originally, 1, 2, and then the 3rd one and the 4th one. I'm trying to get these wood foundations out and figure out how to put these garden patches on the wood foundations. I could have sworn it was on one of the 3 main YouTubers I watch for this, Farkit, Granddaddy Gamer, or The Overclock. I could have sworn I saw one of you guys where you had wood foundations like leading out over on the ocean, like I do with my dock area right there. And I thought you had a 2nd floor built with like a farming plot on it. I'm still trying to figure out how to do that, because that would be just so convenient. I'm super OCD about things and how they look in even wise, and having this here where like that one lays down kind of is oh crap, I lost my knife. Oh well, make another one. Is really annoying to me. So yeah, I mean, yeah, OCD wise this island looks horrible. I'm just kind of grinning and bearing it till it looks better. Now I got 5 water stills here. It's greatness. I love it. Now, what I need to do is I need to drink. Oh, yeah, by the way, I carry 2 leather water skins with me. Each one carries 3 servings of water. There's, I think, what the clay jug or whatever carries like 5 servings. I saw one of the YouTubers keep 1 clay jug or 2 clay jugs in the corner of each one of their little garden areas, so they always have the water there for it. I mean, that's great if you have the resources to do it and the time. That's a great idea. But yeah, I always carry 2 on me for when I'm out exploring. I try not to drink them. They are emergency water. I drink coconuts before I'll drink these. And I have a rule. I believe it was Granddaddy Gamer I learned this one from. I apologize if it's not, but I think it was. It's called the 2x10 rule. Let's say you get a coconut, right? You have 2 of them. You break them to coconut drink. Or you break off the husk to the drinkable part of coconut, right? You drink one, drop it. Drink the second one, drop it. Look at your watch. Let's say it was 6:30 when I drink the second one. Wait 10 seconds till that clock says 6:40, and then you can drink another coconut, and then a second coconut, and then wait again until it hits 6:50, and you can drink 2 more. Now, keep in mind, you can also apply this when you're eating coconuts. So if you drink them, you drop it, you crack it open into 2 halves. 1 half of the coconut counts as a full coconut as if you were drinking it. So basically what I do is, let's say I have 1 coconut on me, or no, 2 coconuts on me, right? I drink one, I drink the second one, I drop them both, I crack them open. I have 4 coconut halves now, 2 whole coconuts, 4 coconut halves. And let's say it was like 7 o'clock that, or on this watch right here, that I drank both coconuts. I wait till 7:10, I eat 2 halves of the coconut, and then I wait till 7:20, eat 2 more halves. I just filled up my thirst bar and my hunger bar. I'll almost always do that before I waste water, unless I'm like diving on a ship or something and I need water, then I'll do that. It's a very convenient method, so thank you to whatever YouTuber showed me that. I'm just gonna waste water this way, why not? I can afford it. There we go. And then let's see, I already explained about palm fronds and fibrous leaves, right? Yeah, okay, cool. I just waste whatever. I don't really care. I have like unlimited resources, so. Oh, and to get unlimited resources, that island over there, you'll see, with all those boats around it. So, when you're on the main menu, there's an option called cartographer, whatever. and it'll show the entirety map, all the islands on the map, when you choose that option here. Whatever island your character is on, it's a little red circle shaded. So let's say I'm on my home island. I saved it. I went to the main menu. I hit the cartography option. I'm on my home island. It'll show, usually your home island's in the middle of the map, so it'll show a little red dot over it showing that, oh, that's your character. So I went to the island that's to the right of my home island, which is that one. And what it does is it lets you edit the island. You can edit it by putting however many resources or however little resources you want on it, of any type of resource. Within reason, there can only be so many of such X amount of things. You can choose if you want animals on there or no animals. You can choose the ships. It'll ask you, like, it'll be an option to choose how many ships you want around it. And if you just keep, like, hitting the option for it, it'll just put random ships in random places around it and plane crashes and stuff till you get what you want. I mean, it's really cool. And then let's say I've already spent like 3 trips going to the island and coming back, so it's almost empty. So let's say I want to do that again. I clear out that island, I bring all my items back here, and then I come here, go over my shelter there, I save it. I go back to the main menu, cartography option, and then I just reapply that custom island that I edited back to that one right there. And then boom. I come back in the game, log in here to my shelter, take my boat over there. All the resources came back. Learned that too from one of those YouTubers I mentioned earlier. Let's kill this crab. Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting what you can learn on YouTube for games. Always fill these up, by the way, before you save, sleep, leave, something, I don't know. And once you clear off an island, I mean, let's be realistic here. There's what, when you look at the map of the cartography option, 20 islands, 30 islands, something like that. Eventually, you're going to clear every island of resources. And at that point, guess what? Resources don't grow back. Your yucca plants do, like how I have these 3 here on this island. These will grow back if they're on the other islands too. You might get lucky and have some palm trees. I'm not too sure how this works, but young palm trees give fibrous leaves too. And I think those will grow to small palm trees, and eventually small palm trees to big palm trees. I think that's how that works. So you might get some of those to grow back on an island, some big palm trees. But rocks, I'm pretty sure I had it on a couple islands where I cleared it of rocks, and I came back and there was a couple more. Like I picked up like 6 or 8 rocks on an island, and there's like 2 more when I came back to the island X amount of time later. I think rocks might wash up on shore. Other than that, like the kura fruits and stuff in the game, they'll grow back. But I mean, realistic wise, the resources of X island will not grow back the way it was when you first found that island. I mean, so eventually, I feel like you're going to clear off every island in this game, and you're going to have to go to the cartography option and edit the islands, so they'll regrow resources. So, I mean, yeah, just saying. I just happened to do it ahead of time by watching it in a YouTube video, and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I want to do that. And another thing is, if anybody wants to drop this in the comment section, feel free to, because I'm still trying to figure out this one. I don't know specifically. Let's say I plant, like these 2, they're pippy fruits, right? I planted a pippy fruit here, it's going to grow pippy fruits. I've watered them to the point where sometimes I'll get like 2 pippy fruits from the one I planted, sometimes I'll get 4, sometimes I'll get like 6 or 8. So I don't know if there's a certain point based on the days of this watch and everything and the timing as to how much you can water one until what the max amount of pippy fruit is, or fruit of whatever you're planting is, you can get back until you just can't get any more back, and then you just got to re-water it wait for it to break down, rewater it, and repeat, rinse and recycle kind of thing. And also keep in mind, guys, that this watch here, it goes up by seconds, but that's actually minutes in game. So seconds in game are minutes. So yeah, 10:40, that would be the time, 10:40 a.m. Now it's about to be 10:50, so 10:50 a.m. in game. You know, now it's 10:51 a.m., 10:52 a.m. Once it hits 11, that's 11 a.m. Y'all get the gist of it. Now, back to taking this. Alright. And I just kind of have my stuff here thrown around as to X. Number 1, where I'll need it at. 2, kind of random. Another thing is, I'm going to kill this crab because I hate crabs. They literally move your stuff. Come here, buddy. There we go. I'm really bad at hitting things with the spear. But yeah, lots of eucalyptus. I can plant those. Now, one thing is flare guns. Okay, so I have not watched a video to what a flare gun does in this game. So feel free, if anybody's watching this, if they want to comment what it does, if you know, because I probably won't watch a video or look it up until I actually need to know. I mean, to me, kind of useless. I mean, based on this description, if you think about it. Just says a flare gun could save your life or scare away predators. Okay, so in reality, a flare gun is used to shoot in the sky to alert other people you're here. As of right now, this game doesn't have multiplayer. I just saw the other day on what was it, YouTube and Reddit, that this game, I guess, is getting multiplayer. But as of right now, the flare gun, to me, to alert other people, that's kind of useless. With other people, you're the only person alive in this entire world without any players or NPCs. So not that. So I'm guessing, based on this description, you can use it to scare off some animals, or you can shoot a shark with it and it might do damage to a shark, or do damage to something you hit. So I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. Don't care to. Not important right now. So now, what we're gonna do is we are going to take alright. Oh, that's right, I don't have a knife anymore, do I? Crap. I didn't want to waste stuff to make one. Oh well, stone tool lashing. Alright. There we go. That's better. Alright, let's get some meat cooking now. Because, we're gonna need it.
Oh, gross.
So, oh, and as far as if anybody's interested in me doing live broadcasts of other games, so excuse me. So I have Elder Scrolls Online. I haven't played it in a few months really, but I've been playing it since day one though. I mean, I took a break 2 months ago because, I mean, all the new changes in it, I've really lost interest. But essentially speaking, I don't release any of my builds in the game, but I have some of the most broken builds. Like, I'm talking, for my Magicka Sorks and Maxlars, I got builds that got like 80k max Magicka with like 10k spell damage. My weapon damage, like my stamina builds, I got like anything. 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15,000 weapon damage, like 4K stam recovery, 8K health recovery. I can basically make your stat sheet look like anything in Elder Scrolls Online. Like, I'm just that good at it. I don't release my builds on YouTube because, yeah, I don't need people knowing them. I've given out a few builds to people. It's broken the game, some of them. So, like, I'll gladly talk about my builds in party chat, but not when I'm in a live broadcast or, like, recording. But I'm good at the game, let's just put it that way. I might suck at it right now because, I haven't played it in, like, several months. So, but other than that, yeah. I can clap cheeks in Imperial City or PvP if I need to, depending on what the build I am running. And then it's kind of funny too because I run very unorthodox builds. So, like, I used to run around in PvP in Cyrodiil and Imperial City with like white and green gear on. That's how I would test it. I wouldn't run around with like purple or gold and everybody be running purple. So it's like before I changed my gamer tag, my PlayStation tag, like I died a lot and I was really bad at PvP years ago, like 5-6 years ago when the game first came out. And even up to like year 3 or 4 I struggled. And that was just because I always ran white and green gear and I was testing the most unorthodox things that just weren't viable. And it's funny now because everything's viable because of how the game's changed so much. So, and I mean, yeah, I've even got pictures of all my stats on all my builds to like back up my claims of how broken my stat sheets are. And I remember when Petsorks, Magical Petsorks, used to be a thing, realistically, like 3-4 years ago, where all you needed was 80k max Magica, and you could solo everything. I used to solo trials, like, yeah, that's how broken Petsorks used to be. You can still do that to an extent now, but yeah, it's a great game. I also play Bloodborne and Dark Souls and Minecraft, and like, I have a lot of games. I mean, what is it? I got a 5 terabyte hard drive that's just filled with games, and I still got like, what, half 500 gigs, 1 terabyte left. This just happens to be my go-to game at the moment because I really like it. I didn't even know this game existed until like a week ago, or not a week ago, like a month ago when it was free on the PlayStation Store. So I like it. It's fun. It's like Minecraft times 1,000,000 for survival. So it takes a lot of effort and time to do anything in here. It takes roughly to clear out a whole island. Like, doesn't matter if you are able to do it in 1 trip, 2 trips, 3 trips. Like, I mean, obviously, if you can clear out a whole island in 1 trip, it's going to be a little bit shorter. But realistically, it takes about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours to clear off an entire island and get the resources back to your main island. 4 hours of real life play. Wish it was 4 hours according to this watch. That'd be nice. But yeah, no. So, and I got everything I really realistically need here for right now, like PlayStation, Panther, Loom. I can produce, you know, cloth, lashes, whatever, leather, planks, if I bring tree trunks. Dope stuff. So, okay, where were we? Oh, that's right. We were attaching meat, because we're going to need something to eat. Right here. There you go. 6 of them. Like I said before. Only gotta light 1 fire to cook all 6. We're gonna light 2 fires. I just can't wait until this game gets multiplayer. That's what I'm waiting for. So, another game though I really liked before I got bored with ESO, I really do like Dark Souls. I mean, not Dark Souls, I mean, I like Dark Souls, but Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. I just don't have anyone to play with. And, like, I remember when I first started playing Bloodborne, I thought, you know, farming the Cathedral Ward for 11,000 Blood Echoes was a lot. It's adorable, I thought that. Now I farm endgame dungeons and get millions of Blood Echoes in one go. Literally in about 10 seconds, get like, not even 10 seconds, like just a few seconds, I get like 3 million Blood Echoes. So yeah, I know the tricks and the tips for that one. So there's a few bosses I need some help with, if anybody feels like, you know, sending me a message like, oh hey, let's play Bloodborne together. I know a lot when it comes to Bloodborne. So, take me a couple days to get back into it, but... Wait, why am I picking this up? I don't need to pick this up. Alright. Now... No, that's not what I want. Yeah, see, I don't understand how it works. And even when I go to the second floor over there and I tried it, it's very confusing to me. Like, there's gotta be a way I can put it on level ground. I mean, it's driving me crazy. But, there we go. And then I'll just make sure this is... Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, normally when you have flies around something, it usually means that it's spoiled. The reason why I have so many animals here is because animals don't spoil. The meat inside them doesn't spoil if you have the animal itself. Once you carve it out, it spoils. Rather, it's cooked or uncooked. I don't know why. I'm guessing flies just, like, appear around boars. The big boars, too. I have boars on another island. And, dead ones. And, yeah, it just only appears around boars. So I think it's just because, you know, they're pigs. Pigs are unclean, according to, the Bible. You know, bacon is bad for you. Jewish people don't eat it. I mean, me personally, I love bacon. I love Jesus and I love the Bible, but I love bacon too. They're so delicious and tender and, oh man. Get yourself a little square piece of metal about the size of some bread. Take a pack of bacon, layer it over it one way, then layer it the other way, crack open 4 or 5 eggs in it, put your tomato and your lettuce in it, wrap the bacon, flip it over the top, and then put more bacon in there, and put it on the grill. Just let it cook for about 20 minutes. Get your bread toasted, put some butter on it. Oh man, BLT of legends right there. Okay, I'm giving myself some Alright, these are all done, so we can like pick up these beautiful pieces of meat that we don't have to blow on. Give it meat. Don't have to blow on. Alright. Now, stop it. Save my fires. Save them. Alright. Now, realistically, let's get everything taken care of. So, let me see. Over here. Let's get everything sorted out and ready to move to another island here. Because we gotta finish. I got like, what, 3 islands, 5 islands that I have all the materials or most of the materials broken down on that I need to hoard back here. So I've made a few trips from each one. There's still a few things left. Once you break down the materials on most islands, you kind of just like, yeah. Fibrous leaves from the young palm trees and the eucalyptus plants. There we go. See, when all your bars are full, you'll be in healthy status. Oh, by the way, if somebody knows the answer to this, please make a comment on it. How do you descend a ladder in this game when you climb up it? I climbed up a ladder on a ship, got to the top, took some stuff out took the crate, took some stuff out the locker. I tried to climb down, it would not let me. Every time I tried, it just grabbed onto like the metal bar that went up even higher and would like allow me to climb up. So I thought if I got right over the hole, it would give me the option to climb down. Yeah, no. I fell, broke my leg, had to make some craft a splint, put it on. 91.8% good. Alright, so before we leave to go to the next island, we just have to run around and hoard all the break down all the fibrous leaves. Oh, my remote's not plugged in. The battery's gonna die. That's cool. There we go. Oh, man. Yeah, go figure. I go up to the gas station because it's the only place open at 11:20 at night to buy a new, like, cheapo headpiece, little headphones to the mic, and USB cable because for some reason mine quit charging my remote, and yeah, my headphones weren't working. And then I found out, like, after shutting the PlayStation off 3 times, unplugging and plugging back in, the audio decided to work. Because at first it didn't even work with the new one. And I'm like, oh man, you gotta be kidding me. So I just spent like $37 that I didn't feel like spending. So, oh man, yeah, quit my job today. That's always fun. Got paid $10.70 an hour, had to work about 70 hours a week, or at least around 50 minimal, and yeah, had a customer come in and curse me out, tell me to F off, and call me all sorts of names and everything the other day, and I'm just like, this lady does it every day she's coming. The other day I just snapped, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't get paid enough to deal with verbal abuse, so I left. I quit it today. I mean, I'm not going to explain the whole situation because it's a highly inappropriate situation. I mean, the short version of it is like, yeah, I turn 30 next month, and it's like I haven't done anything stupid at work since like my first job out of high school 11 years ago, and 12 years ago, whatever. And yeah, I'm sorry. To be a manager and have all the responsibility and get paid $10.70 an hour and you gotta work 50 to 70 hours a week, it's not worth it. It's not. Especially when you got customers telling you to F off. And like, I mean, I spent like 4 days apologizing to this lady for all of her complaints she had about my store and everything, and then finally when she snapped on me and called me the B word and said I'm supposed to be the company's slave and service the customers 24/7, I snapped on her, and I'm just like, I'm done. I don't get paid enough to jeopardize and sacrifice my peace and everything. And it's really sad because like I'm a really nice person and I love everybody and all my customers love me. So I don't understand. There's some people that you will never be able to please in this world, no matter what you do, and this lady just happens to be one of them, from what it seems like. And not to mention, every time I walked into work, I felt like a small piece of my soul was being chipped away at. And I just didn't like what I was becoming as a person. I was always distant. I never like had any time to do anything. My wife comes up to me like 3 weeks ago and she's like, honey, she's like, you're always exhausted and you're so distant and you just don't seem like yourself. So it's time for a change. Yeah, time for a change. I got life. Life got me. I got God and God got me. Matthew 4:4. Man shall not survive on bread alone, but for every word spoken out of the mouth of the Lord. Remember that, my children, and all my friends, and my good people of the world. God will always be there to take care of you. Put your faith in Him and give it all up to Him, and He will reward you. He will take care of you. Anywho, there's another right there. Right there. Where'd it go? Right there. I don't know. Is there a fifth one? There's usually 5 on this one. No? Okay. Whatever. Alright, let's Alright. Oh my gosh. These new earphone pieces I bought are really bad. They hurt my ears a lot. I don't like them. Man. See, it's really annoying breaking these things down. They're literally in the worst spot possible. Like... Oh, and to reiterate, actually, to add on to something I said earlier, game-wise, I also have Sword Art. Which one? I don't know. One of them, Gun Gale or something, I think. And then the one that's deals with Gun Gale. And then I also got what's it called? I forget what it's called. It's like Bloodborne and Dark Souls, but it's like more animated. And I think the thing you collect when you kill mobs is called Mist Haze or something. I can't remember what it's called. I'll figure it out. You know what? Really quick, I'm gonna pause this, look in the menu on it. Huh. Where? What is this thing called? I don't remember. Where is it? Aha. Okay. Cool, I'm back. Yeah, so Code Vein is what it's called. Yeah. Also got Tales of Vesperia, Shadows of War, Lord of the Rings, Shadows of War, Mordor, whatever it's called. Dope. Love that game. Really fun. Code Vein's dope though. Tales of Vesperia is dope. I have a lot of things on direct download. Need to get some rest. That sucks. Really? Crab? Really? Nah, bruh. Yeah, you can die now, thanks. Pinch stab me, how dare you. Alright, let me get all these in my little pile here. Alright. So That's done. That's done. Alright, get some rest before I do anything else. And then we'll get some water and some food in us to full bar us, and then we will dip out of here to the next island.
Ugh.
Eating fruit is good. Oh, another thing, if anybody watching this makes it this far into the video at this point, feel free to comment any anime suggestions you have. I'm a huge otaku. Love anime and manga. And before, if you do suggest any animes, just something to keep in mind. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm turning 30 this year. I have watched animes that have come out all the way back to like 1980s and read mangas that have dated back that far. And yeah, 1980s, 1990s. I mean, I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z, and you know, that's some people don't consider that an anime. I do. So sucks to be the rest of you that don't. It is an anime cartoon though. Also, seen Sailor Moon as a child. That was a pretty dope thing. That's actually, like, I only had 5 stations growing up. 3 were news, 1 was boring, and the 5th one was like CW44, I think. As a child, Sailor Moon used to play on there. So, Cubix. I remember Cubix, the cartoon. That was dope. And then, Eon Kid. Hey Arnold. Pokemon. And I had a great childhood. But yeah, no, I've seen everything, like, including all the newer ones. I'm, as of right now, going to be starting My Hero Academia Season 5. But other than that, I mean, I've seen animes that most people have probably never heard of. So, but do feel free to comment, and I will try to let you know if I've seen it or not. Alright. Woohoo! What about the third one? The third one good? Yeah. Okay. We just gotta wait for these meats to be done. And then we are out of here to the next island. I always make sure these things are full before I leave my island. Or at least I try to, I should say. Haha! There you go. That way they have time to get full when I come back. If I could just figure out how the rain works in this game, that'd be great. I can predict when to fill in and when not to. I hate the pickup option, like it is going on. I'll have to repunish that fish stash here soon. Extinguish this. Let's save. Well, everything's good besides SPF. Really quick, before I go, I want to see something. I can't remember if I've ever, to my understanding, the bubbles mean, ship, treasure chest, like great. So, I don't know. I can't remember if I've actually gone here and explored this. Because I remember when I first started the game, the idea of going somewhere with a shark was really scary. Ooh, there's tires! Yeah, I have no recollection of that. Or maybe I do, and I was going through that phase moment of wasn't sure if I could use the tires or anything. I don't remember, whatever. What's in here? I just know that I saw bubbles on the surface. It usually indicates like some chip slash wood crates. Tires. Let's get the tires out. We can use this. So tires, you hit with an axe. Woohoo! What? No. That's not what I was thinking. Bad. Sharks are annoying. I don't like them. You get hit with the bleeding effect, it's like if you get hit with it, like they grab you in their teeth, they pull you, you hit the bleeding effect, you don't know it, it's over. So now there's probably an easier way to do this. Wouldn't surprise me. This is just the way I'm doing it. Getting them all right here, and then I'll drag them over to him. I did see a video, I forgot who it was. They had a raft of all the voice balls, the Boise balls, bouncy balls, whatever the heck those things are. Buoyancy balls. There we go. Buoyancy balls. They had the buoyancy balls set up on the bottom of the raft, and they had it like 4x in width, and I don't know how long lengthwise. I think it was like by 10 in length or something. And they had it where the middle of this raft was like just the buoyancy balls going all along it in the middle, and then the left and right side, like far sides of it, were buoyancy balls with a, I think, plank, I believe, wood plank, flooring, and they did that so they could break down the shipping containers and move them to an island. That's what I'm kind of doing. I would like to do it with that thing, but realistically, I'm gonna have to make different types of boats. Saw that in a YouTube video too. Person had like 3 different types of boats. One was motored, one was like sailed, and one was something else. One was like a small one, I think. I've also seen in videos where people, they have a little stand on their boat where they park their gyrocopter, and they can take that out to scout. I mean, I haven't used a gyrocopter yet, but personally it looks really cool, but at the same time, from what I see in videos, it moves so slowly, it's ridiculous. So, I don't think I would use it to like go from one island to the next. I think I'm just going to stick with my idea of using 2x and 3x alternating wood rafts to connect all the islands. I mean, that's at least what I think. But realistically, I can't really move anything on that raft unless it's being stored in chests, like any of these big things. So I don't think I have enough buoyancy balls yet either to Yeah, no, not really. I probably need, what is this, like 10, 15, 15 probably? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15, I think I counted. 15, 16, around there. How many do I need? Like curiosity. Need 5 for one piece with a lashing. Lashing, not that big of a deal. So, I could make 3 pieces, yeah. What do I need for tires to create that? 2 tires. Okay. So, yeah. So, maybe I'll do, I don't know. Let's just try to get enough buoyancy balls so I can make a nice big raft. Let's say maybe I could do the buoyancy balls in the middle and then do tires on the side. Yeah, no. What's up, bro? You're dead. Thank you. The reason why I don't like crabs is because, for example, if you take a raft, your orange one, and you park it like right here, the crabs will come up and they'll move around. It's not like, I don't think they do this intentionally. Maybe they do. Maybe the game's just minding us. But if they crawl around, enough of them crawl around underneath it, like, or even just 1 or 2 of them, over time, little by little, if you just ignore your raft, you'll see it moves gradually in the sand, just a little bit, a couple centimeters each time. Eventually, it'll be out at sea and you'll be screwed. I don't like crabs. And I learned that too by watching a YouTube video. Bro, dog, thank you. One thing I need to test is if there's a natural respawn rate for things, for animals on islands and stuff. So, like, for example, one of my islands out there I've been to, I killed everything on it: boars, giant crabs, giant boars, baby boars, etc. And then the baby boar, I think, is because I left the island to come here and go back. The dead animals are still there, but I think the baby boar respawned. I think the big one did too, I'm not sure. So, because what I want to try and figure out is if I can kill all the animals on all the islands and then hoard their bodies back here and then go back to the islands, will they still respawn? Or will they not? Or will they? That's the question of ages. Oh yeah, the reason why this looks like this, I'm not too sure. I just put this here so I can, like, recharge my SPF thing because I'm in the shade. Henceforth, the tarpers are playing steps in this second floor, and I saw in one of the videos, I can't remember whose, they had a little docking thing where they brought all their boats inside, like, the little enclave, and they had, like, a dock thing going out where, like, the first one was right here, and the second floor went out a little further, and they did the same thing for the other side and left this small opening for the, whatchamacallits, the boats to come in. I was thinking about doing something like that first, and then I'm just like, no, what if I just close this area off completely? And since this area is shallows right here, because so far I've noticed sharks really have a hard time, if at all they're even able, to go underneath this dock. So I'm like, I just close this area off here to the shallows. Like, this part right here is a little deep, but what if I just, like, close it all off? Then I can have my fishing ground, little fishing pool right there. And what I'm going to do is do something where, like, I'll leave this open and I'll put another wood piece here, one there, and I'll grab all my dead animals and I'll drag them here into the water. I mean, if they're in an enclosed area, they're not going to float away, and I can just pull them out of the water any time, and it'll make it so it's less cluttered on the island. Pretty good idea, I think. Alright. Okay. Where are we going? We are going that way to that island. Alright. Sails and ships ahoy. Let's go. Normally I do that differently, but oh well. Oh crap. Nope. Yeah, see, the hard part about the sail, about this boat, sometimes you gotta jump on it, and if you do that with the wind, you're kind of screwed because it's unleveled on the sides and I haven't completed it in yet, and there's crates and sails in the way. So if you jump, you can accidentally jump off the thing, and your boat goes floating away to never be seen again, and then you got reloaded. I did that mistake one time. I found an island that it was really nice, to say the least. Had a lot of resources on it, and I felt like I hit the jackpot. It was when I first started playing, and I was just like, score! And then it's like I started hoarding everything back, and then yeah, this was when the thing was smaller though. It was only like 4x4 or something, 4x5, something like that, and yeah, I didn't realize that yeah, I jumped on it by accident, and I jumped right off, and it went flying. Alright, now, people, you all want to pay attention. So that is the home island right there, where I'm looking. That is the island we're going to, is this one up here, with all the boats. So this takes a good couple minutes. And I don't even know what time it is. Probably late. 1:43. Let me see if any new manga's updated while waiting. And the one thing you'll see when I get to this island, you'll see what I'm talking about with the shelter and looking like an arrow pointing back to the home island. Because I got a shelter up here. Even though this is the island I can edit in the cartography. Well, you can edit any island in the cartographer option on the main screen, but this is the one I'm focusing on. Whenever I want to replenish resources. I haven't replenished them yet, because I'm waiting until I can get the container pieces from this island. And yes, I have one set of crates here, crate shelf there, and crate shelf here for items. And then these two new crates that I have in my inventory. Those two up there are for all my emergencies / weapons, things I need. While I'm out, I don't like having to improvise too much. So that's why I have crates. Yeah, eventually I'm going to break that down. That little Conex unit container. Get it back. Gotta get some more buoyancy balls. See? You see my shelter right there on the island? Right there? Yeah, it's pointing to where my home island is. Oh, someone's started to party with me. Okay. Let's do this. Huh. Yeah. That was weird for a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so.
Oh, it's still,
Oh, what's up? There it goes, now it connects. Oh, wait, no, not working. Alright. Alright, so yeah, this is the island that I did things on. Gathered some stuff up, as you see. Since my raft isn't compatible enough to be able to haul animals back, I haven't done that. I just, like I said, I make camps on every island, so I got the fireplace over there to shelter. I got the grouper here if I want to cook it up. Other things. What's up, Magnus? I'm doing a live broadcast right now to YouTube.
oh, cool.
Yeah, so I don't know if I have it set where party chat can be heard or not, so, you know, just careful what you say.
Oh, okay. So, watch my racial
I'll be
slurs.
ending the broadcast here in a little bit. This was just kind of a explanation thing of a lot of beginner guides of stuff I've seen to help out new players with this game. So that is. So I'll be ending it here in a few because I gotta talk to you about a couple things. So.
Why? Really cool. Oh.
All right. So. But yeah, no, the first thing I normally do when I get to an island for everybody who's watching or going to be watching is I go run around, find all the young palm trees, break them down, so that way I can get the fibrous leaves from it. And like I said before, you can edit islands in the cartography option on the main screen. So as you see, there's a lot of stuff here. Like, I mean, before I broke this island down, there was a lot of stuff here. And even now, there's still a lot of stuff here. So, but I gotta get those tires and barrels I have back by the ship somehow back over. I'm like, I thought I saw something. There it is. And I've already gone over all these ships here and shipwrecks and everything, and I've already cleared them out.
I find whenever you're doing a game with lots of exploring and stuff, it's good to like do as much on your way as you go, so that you don't have to second guess. Oh, did I check that?
Or at least I'm pretty sure I think I got all these ships. With the exception of those Konax units that I gotta break down and somehow figure out how to get back to my home island by transporting them. Which is why we need more buoyancy balls, so we can make a new raft that can transport, that's lighter and able to transport heavier things placed on top of it. Oh, I wonder if the fruits... No, the fruits didn't grow back. Okay, not yet. No. I mean, normally, like I said, I try to break all the young palms down for fibrous leaves. I mean, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. So it's always good to have a plethora level of fibrous leaves. I mean, as you see on my home island, I mean, I'm in no short supply of them. I have plenty. And I have plenty of yucca trees I can plant if I want to. Yucca fruits I can plant to become trees. To break them down on my home island, my garden section, if I felt like expanding that. But I'm waiting to figure out how to put the garden section areas on a level field instead of this other crap. Okay, here. I got this, right? Yes. 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 Okay. Alright. so that's about all. Oh wait, no. Wait, what's... No. I was wrong. Yeah, see, there's a lot of them. This is what happens when you edit islands and the cartography section in the main menu. You have a lot of resources. Like I said earlier, it's cheese. It's like Minecraft on creative. I mean, like I said, there's only 20 to 30 islands in total in this whole game, and this whole map. Eventually, you're going to drain all the resources, and resources don't regrow unless it's like, you know, lucky enough to get some palm trees and some young palms for fibrous leaves and stuff. So eventually, you're going to have to make your way into the cartography section and edit a map or two, island or two on the map. So you can just keep editing the same ones and customize whatever resources you want in there, so you can log back into the game, break it down, and then, you know, hoard the resources to your home island. Because, like I said, the whole point of this game is survival, but it's going to be kind of hard to survive if you don't have any resources because you cleared them all out. So other than that, there's no ulterior motive to this game besides surviving and killing the Megalodon and the giant eel. The, like, Godfather eel, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna guess the giant eel is smaller than the boss one. I'm just gonna call it the eel of Godfathers. The Godfather eel. Thing's huge. Whenever I fight it, probably gonna cost me like 500 arrow gun arrows. Whatever. Dope stuff. But like I said, try to avoid things, dangerous predators that will kill you. It's no fun having to reload from a save. Especially when your save was like 4 hours ago, real lifetime. Because you died. So, basically save every 20 minutes is what I'm saying. Or less, like me. Usually it's like every 12 hours of game time I save. So, something like that. I save a lot. Alright. I'm trying to keep this little tutorial exploration expedition guide within the 2-hour bracket. So we're almost there. We're at 1 hour and 37 minutes in. So let's just finish up some stuff on this island, and then we'll be good. Okay, wait, let's see. My boat is there. I've gone to that bubbles. I've gone to those bubbles. I have not gone to those bubbles, I don't think. I'm going to save it before I go out to the ocean. Because bubbles will kill you if you're not careful. Because there's sharks in bubbles. Sharks love bubbles. Bubbles attract sharks because they love sharks. Sharks love to eat people and cause bleeding effect. Bleeding effect will kill you in just like 2 days game time. So let's save it before we go explore the bubbles. Bubbles! My bubbles! They're mine. Remember, kids, when exploring the bubbles, make sure you think of Finding Nemo. Bubbles! Okay, this is probably gonna kill me. This is a bad idea, I feel like. Oh yeah, I'm gonna die. Oh gosh, I'm dead. Ha ha ha. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh gosh, that's way too dark. No. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm gonna have to reload. I died from something. I'm about to, at least. That's a bad idea to do that in the pitch black in the game. Should have waited until daytime. Never go diving in pitch black. Alright, to everybody that's viewing this or will be viewing at some point, feel free to press the like button if you enjoyed the video and share it with your friends, because the more it's shared, the more, like, you know, famous it gets, the more famous the video gets, the more people that play this game and the more famous I get. And, you know, if you really, really enjoyed it, feel free to leave a comment saying what you enjoyed about it, and then also in the comment section, leave anything that you'd like to see more of or explain better. So I think for my first tutorial / expedition video for this game, I did a pretty good job. So to everybody viewing, have a fabulous night, be safe, and lots of love to the world.